Film Buff Ering.
Hey everybody, welcome to Film Buffering. I am one of your hosts, Colter Harkins. I'm also here with Alex Tate and Todd Foley. We're here to talk to you guys about our favorite movies or just something that we watched recently. Today we're going to be talking about the recent release of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, I don't know if you guys watched the original, if you watched the new one, if you've got that HBO Max hookup, borrowing it from a friend. But we're here to talk about that new movie and see how we feel about it, what changed, what's good, what's bad, all that fun stuff. Welcome to the podcast.
The bell's been rung. Out in the dark, among the stars, the god is dead.
I had a dream. Almost like a premonition. I think there's an attack coming.
My lord, this world will fall.
I need warriors. I'm building an alliance to defend ourselves.
How do you know your team's strong enough? If you can't bring down the charging bull, then don't wave the red cape at it.
You were sent here for a reason. And even if it takes you the rest of your life, find out what that reason is.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It will. It has to.
We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. Isn't that right? Batman.
All right, so it's a long movie. Got to start there. Todd, I hear that you took multiple days to get through it.
Yes. Punishing. But
So
yeah,
it's-
it was absurdly long.
4-hour runtime, which is it's crazy. So it's kind of divided into 6 episodes-ish, or I forget what they refer to them as, 6 parts, but it really is quite the epic adventure. And really, just starting off, if you guys watched the first one, it has a very different tone, not only in the jokes are kind of different, the music is different. It just all immediately feels like a different movie, which I wasn't sure that I was expecting that big of a shift from the original theatrical release.
Yeah, so the Joss Whedon cut had a bunch of jokes in it, and Zack Snyder's has like 0 jokes because it's Zack freaking Snyder. So that was funny because like Whedon has like the Aquaman like sitting on the lasso of truth and stuff.
Oof. You're gorgeous and fierce and strong and
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I like a joke in my superhero movie. Not into this, like, you know, they did all the gritty stuff and all the Batman Begins, and I get it. That's kind of what's cool now, but like, I'm definitely like more on the Marvel train because like they make me laugh.
Let's put a smile on that face.
And they
Also on
bring the
Marvel.
heart as well.
And character development. Let's not talk about Marvel.
Well, I mean, it's hard.
It'll be a bloodbath for DC.
It's difficult to not make a comparison. I'm not going to do that the whole time.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm just
That's
saying,
for true.
I like a joke in my movies.
Agreed.
Like I don't
So
want
you-
it to take itself too serious.
You're
Especially
saying
when
that-
it's the same director, Avengers and the original Justice League. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how one really worked with the Avengers, and then when he tried to kind of replicate the same style and the essence of the Avengers movies, it just felt so flat. It felt like the first time we watched the original cut of it. But this one, it felt like it really did have a different. It didn't feel like 300 or anything like that.
This is Sparta!
The film that made Zack Snyder famous, really, which has a completely different and very dark and violent tone, but it still had a much more edgy feel to it, I would say.
300 is violent?
What?
What?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So what else? What was your big takeaway, Alex? What did you really think worked? What didn't work, and what he did, and how they changed things around with this one?
So what worked for me is it had way more character arc for Cyborg. It had way more character arc for Flash. And that's definitely what was missing with the Whedon cut, which is like, you can't really blame Whedon because I'm sure the studio was like, give us a 2-hour movie tops, and so he had to cut out it's not fat because I think it was necessary stuff because like, that's again, back to Avengers. That's why Avengers works is because there were like 6 or whatever movies before Avengers that we got to know all the characters. I love long movies, like all the Hobbit. Like all the Middle Earth movies, if you watch the extended versions, are 4 hours. Like Fiddler on the Roof is 4 hours. Sound of Music is got to be up there, right? 3 or 4.
Yeah.
All great movies. Who cares about runtime if it's good?
Yeah.
Todd, were you breaking it up? Were you breaking it up when it had the actual pause in it, where it's a new whatever, or you just took a pause whenever you were getting bored
Nah.
or needed to go do something?
Yeah, I pretty much was just breaking as necessary. It wasn't based on the chapters or anything like that. It was just a long movie, and I had like work and chores and such, so just took a break every now and then.
An adult life gets in the way
Right.
of your 4-hour movie.
4 hour and 2 minutes, actually.
Don't forget those 2 minutes of Jared
Don't-
Leto wheeze laughing at us.
Spoilers, come on now.
Well, we're not allowed to do spoilers. This is movie review.
Yeah.
You just got to call it out before you do it. That's all I'm saying.
This whole podcast, it will be a spoiler.
So I thought it was it because do you guys know how much money they spent, like on an extra $100 million or something making this cut of this movie?
Really?
I think so. I think it ended up being that it was just like, oh, we're just gonna fill it in, but they just basically had to make a whole new movie.
But from
So
what I had
very
heard, they
little
had
recycled
shot.
footage.
Oh, okay.
It's outrageous.
There was some stuff that they'd previously shot, but they did have to do a lot of pickups.
Well, it is
Different,
crazy
but-
because if you watch both movies, they're completely different movies. They're
Yeah.
completely different. I was expecting it to be like, okay, some extra shots, some extra little scenes. It's completely different. Like everything about the movie is different. Well, I guess not completely. The main bad guy is kind of the same, but he has like a different reason for being there, and he's way cooler armor. Just like, I don't know. I was very surprised how different it was.
Yeah, and even the stuff that they reused, they used different music and different timing and everything. It totally did have a very different feel from the original. It's probably one of the biggest departures for a director's cut from something you've seen before, unless you watched like old Blade Runner director's cut versus the original, or Payback with Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
That's a very different movie, but
I haven't seen the director's cut of that.
In general, it just you can come into it expecting, oh, it's just a rehash, it's going to be the same thing, but it really is like a brand new movie in a lot of ways,
and I think much better.
So what do you think it is that worked better for you, besides you already mentioned you thought that the additional character work was better? I really did like the story that they gave Cyborg. That was a much more interesting, because he was he was there but without any real substance in the other cut. And then the backstory for Flash was fun. Adding in Willem Dafoe, super fun. I'm always down with that.
Like the battle at the end is way better too. They're like the battle at the end of the first one was like really short, and half of it was like trying to save this random family that was driving away in a pickup truck. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh my
There's like
gosh.
this family like driving away in a pickup truck, and one of those like flying demon things is like chasing the pickup truck, and then it's like it's probably not 5 minutes, but it felt like forever of just them like trying to save this random family. They just Snyders completely got rid of that.
Yeah, that was a smart choice.
Plus the Superman, the black super suit was pretty sick, I thought.
Yeah, definitely. It felt much more fitting with the tone of what was going on. And they got rid of the weird mustache sequence, which was a big one of my favorite parts.
That's
weird blurred out mustache.
Because he was filming a different movie, right?
He was filming Mission Impossible.
Yeah, that's right.
And he had a mustache in that one.
Had to have a mustache for that movie.
Couldn't cut it and put a fake mustache on.
Because it mattered. In the Mission Impossible script, it was like, this guy must have a mustache.
Look, people are going to assume it's Superman if we don't have him grow a mustache.
Well, they just didn't want him looking exactly like Superman in the Mission Impossible. That would be confusing.
Colter, what did you think of certain actors? Did you feel like their performances felt different in this one?
I do think the one that seemed to be like, I was actually really pleased that they didn't change Ezra Miller's take on the Flash. It stayed pretty consistent throughout them both, but it still felt like it fit into both versions of it. Everybody else, it seemed like Ben Affleck was good, but it seemed like they tried to lighten up the Batman character a little bit too much in the original, and so they let him kind of be the grounded character of the group. But I thought Ezra Miller was probably my favorite. I think he just has really good quirky timing. It's pretty funny. I did actually really like Ray Fisher a lot more once they got to really develop his character, because he got to have some really nice moments with the father story and everything else going on, and it added so much to that character. But I thought that was a lot of fun. I actually was kind of disappointed with Jason Momoa, I'll be honest. I felt like he's just like, yeah, I'm a cool guy, and I just show up and I take my shirt off. But I wasn't really blown away by anything he did. I didn't feel like they gave him a lot more substance to his character. They fleshed out the storyline a little bit with his scene with Willem Dafoe. They get a little bit more of an understanding of where he's coming from, but I don't feel like that it gave him much more opportunity to really show off his chops.
Todd, what do you think about all the slow motion in the movie?
Well, yeah. Well, I was like independently, like I was like, wow, there is a lot of slow motion in this movie. So I was like, I'm sure someone else has commented on this, so I Googled it, and someone timed it out, and roughly 10% of the movie is in slow motion. 24 minutes out of
Jeez.
240, 24 full minutes. And I mean,
Wow, that's a lot.
and I thought that was, well, I mean, a big chunk of it is that whole opening sequence where Superman is screaming for about 7 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And which I thought was kind of I don't know, it kind of seemed a little drawn out. And then so I haven't seen the original cut of Justice League. So to kind of pre-podcast prep myself for this thing, I kind of just looked through a couple of the scenes and just wanted to see if visually it was different. And like the opening scene in the Joss Whedon cut is like some kids taking a cell phone video of Superman, which I thought was funny, that like the dichotomy of Zack Snyder's version is Superman screaming nonstop for like pretty much legitimately multiple minutes, and Joss Whedon's is a cell phone video. I thought that was pretty humorous.
Just those little subtle differences.
Yeah, it was like, but yeah, I mean, I get it. You got the Flash, you have a lot of cool action sequences, but I mean, it's an outrageous amount of slow motion.
When you have a 4-hour movie, you gotta cut some of that stuff, man. Although I guess power to him. He made a pretty good movie, I think. I think he made it was watchable for sure. I think it was a good movie. I think it could save the DC franchise. What do you guys think about that?
I am interested. I mean, I would want to. He did kind of find lightning in a bottle with the way that he finally hit the tone that everybody wanted from one of these movies. It wasn't too light. It wasn't too dark. There was still some nice light moments, but there's a lot more. I don't know. I think the backstories just really did help it so much. Even the backstory of Steppenwolf, the bad guy, was so much better and made that a much more interesting character. It wasn't just a faceless character, but that Thanos style character that has so much behind what he's trying to accomplish, as opposed to I'm here to conquer your world and you shall all die.
Yeah. And then spoiler alert, Darkseid was pretty awesome too.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, even though the sequence when they show up and they have the united force, that was a pretty cool battle sequence. The hope would be that if you're interested in this universe, that this will give them a new launching point. They'll be able to save it. And I mean, there's a lot of, we'll see. There's supposed to be a Flash movie coming out, and then there was some controversy of Ray Fisher calling different people out that were involved in this production, and so then they were going to remove him from that movie. So Cyborg was, now that he's finally established, is potentially not going to be in the next film, and so there's a lot of just business going on in the background that's causing some issues. So I'm interested to see how that all works out. But I would like to see, and with the new Batman movie coming out with Robert Pattinson, which I'm very much looking forward to. That looks like it's got a really nice quality to it, kind of a throwback to the Christopher Nolan era Batman, but maybe a little different take on it.
Or like
I don't know,
glittery vampire Batman.
That's what we've been missing. So
that's what we need.
Yeah.
Been looking forward to it for a long time.
This is what I am.
So overall, what was your favorite character of the movie?
Who?
Either one of you. Todd, you go first.
Man, I really like I can't even think of his name right now. Henry Cavill's Superman still holds up. That guy is just, I don't know, he's got the look of it. He just, when he's evil Superman or angry Superman or whatever you want to call it, it's compelling. I love his action sequences, and I liked the scene. I really liked the scene where he was like reunited with his mom. I thought that was pretty. I don't know. They just did that really well in that movie. So yeah, we'll go Superman for Todd.
I think Cyborg was the best in the movie. Yeah, Ray Fisher, I think he was good. And they definitely, I love that they gave him more of a backstory, and I think he killed it in a good way, killed his role in that. And the emotions and stuff made a lot more sense with the backstory. Like, I feel like maybe in the Whedon version, he still had all the good acting and the emotion, but like to us as an audience, it made more sense with this version.
Yeah, we didn't get to understand his frustration with what was going on and where
his,
it even come from or anything.
And his relationship with his dad was explored a lot more in this one, and I think his dad, the actor who played his dad, did a great job too, and they just worked really well off each other.
Yeah, Joe Morton, I thought he was really good. Yeah, that is
Colter.
Like I said, I really liked the Flash character. I think that's just a fun character. Ezra Miller does a really good job with that. Gives enough of a different vibe that it allows the other people to have the more dark brooding characters. But I do agree with you though. The Gal Gadot, I think she has the look and she has the physical ability. But it feels like she's trying too hard in some ways and not enough in others. I don't know. It just has kind of a weird, like they're trying to make her too amazing. We were actually talking about the sequence where the guy goes to gun down the row of people. It's like she has this amazing super speed, and instead of charging at the guy shooting, she chooses to block every single shot that he takes.
Yeah, that's true with her. Like,
I get why he did it, but it doesn't make any sense.
And that's Gal Gadot's fault.
And it's totally her fault. She's like, I want to look amazing, running with my arms. So, what do you give it? What's your overall score? If you want to give it stars, thumbs up, 5 out of 10.
That's what you give it? Why don't you? I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10 thumbs up.
I'm gonna I give it a 6.5. I think it's very watchable. I think it's a good take, but it's not for everyone. I will say that. I think that you have to be willing to put the time into it.
I'm giving it a 6, just to keep the cascading down trend going. But yeah, for me, I don't know. I think you guys are saying the character development was like way better, but I don't know. I didn't think it was where I wanted it to be personally. Yeah. Still, like the Flash and Aquaman. I don't know. The whole movie's featuring like the Flash's powers. It seems like he's constantly zipping around, and Aquaman like controls water every now and then, and that's about like all he does in terms of aqua related or ocean related things. I mean, there's a few scenes, but I just feel like he was underutilized.
Walter, what would you give the Whedon version?
Oh, the Whedon version was like a 4, maybe a 4 thumbs up out of 10.
That's exactly what I gave it.
It just felt like it was all the fluff of this movie and no heart, no substance, no plot, nothing. It was just like, okay, we're gonna have a bunch of cool people and a lot of very drawn out CGI sequences of action, but like there was nothing compelling about that movie in any way.
Yeah. Did you think it was better? Did you guys think it was better than Suicide Squad? This new one.
Oh,
yes.
This new one definitely better than Suicide Squad.
Agreed. Do you think there's a DC movie that's better than this one?
Yes. Dark Knight all day.
Why so serious?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. I meant like the revamp since the Nolan stuff.
Of the modern era, no, I think this is definitely the best that they've done so far that I can think of. I am interested to see what they do with the Flash movie, but of what they made so far, I think this is the best. This is the closest to something that I really could enjoy watching.
Right. Yeah, I think in terms of the DC extended universe, this is the best movie so far.
But still has a long way to go.
3 more
Yeah.
thumbs.
We're about three thumbs shy of a good movie.
3 thumbs short of a Shawshank Redemption. The movie we're doing next week is what?
Next week we will be. Oh, I lost it already. Is
I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot.
About the movie we're doing?
No, that's the name of the movie that we're doing.
Good morning, Miss Peterson. I'm sorry to disturb you so early. The court has ruled that you require assistance in taking care of yourself.
I'm fine.
I'm afraid it's not up to you to decide. The court has appointed me to be your legal guardian.
What?
You have to come with me. And remember, I'm here to help.
My name is Marla Grayson.
I'm just someone who cares.
Marla Grayson, you've had amazing success. What's your secret?
There is no secret, Peter.
She forces them into the home, auctions off their house, and uses the proceeds to pay herself.
Because caring is my job. I will grab your dick and balls, and I will rip them clean off.
Big deal maker. I know what you do here. Your hustle. Look at all these cash cows on your wall just leaking money into your account. But Jennifer Peterson, she's off limits. She has very powerful friends who can make life uncomfortable for you.
How uncomfortable are we talking?
Hello, Marla Grayson. I don't like you.
You only just met me. There's 2 types of people in this world. Predators and prey. I don't lose. I won't lose. I'm never letting you go.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
I am a fucking lioness.
Starring Rosamund Pike,
What
Peter
else is she in?
Dinklage,
Peter Dinklage from Elf,
and
most
more.
well known from Elf.
Boy, you're hilarious, my friend.
A few people know him from Elf.
Feeling strong, my friend? Call me Elf one more time.
Yeah.
He's been in small TV shows such as Game of Thrones.
Well, in that Adam Sandler movie.
Elf?
Elf.
Yeah, Elf. No, where it was like the video games, right? Or like Pac-Man.
Pixels.
yeah.
Pixels.
Pixels, yeah. Yeah,
Oof.
he's in Pixels.
Did not
Spoiler,
watch
he's
that,
in
nor do I
Pixels.
want to.
Who
Alright.
went the lead girls in what else?
Rosamund Pike, she's been in a lot of stuff, but the most recently big movie was Gone Girl. She played the lead in that.
Oh, Gone Girl. Another
She,
classic Ben Affleck movie. You didn't like Gone Girl?
No.
Oh.
what?
We can
All
review
right.
that later if you want to.
That's a throwback. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. We really appreciate your time. We hope that you like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Somehow I know we'll meet again. Not sure quite where, and I don't know just when. You're in my heart.
Film
buff.
Ering.